really pitched well for the Yankees for a bit. Everything had a downward motion to it. He threw very, very hard. And as Paul said, they looked at him as a guy that was going to be in their rotation maybe for 10 years. That's how good he was. But then a freak injury on the bases, running the bases in an interleague game in Houston. See him round third, and right there was trouble. Robbie Cano knew it. Yankees came out. He couldn't even walk off the field on his own. And he was carried off, and really never the same after that. But he has worked his way back. He's pitched in 8 games so far this year with a 3.48 ERA. Opponents are hitting .317 against him. So here's Gardner with runners on first and second and 1 out. With the Yankees, Chien-Ming Wang was a 19-game winner in 2006 and 2007. 30-plus starts each season. He finished second in Cy Young voting in 2006 to Johan Santana. 55 and 26 with a 4.16 ERA. Pre-injury, he was 54 and 20 with a 3.79. And after the injury, 9 and 14 with a 6.41. He sprained his Lisfranc ligament in his right foot and a partial tear of the tendon in the foot. Went straight up in the air, then goes behind Perez, but Headley's not going anywhere.
See, Headley, when you're face on from second base, you can't tell how far this ball is going to get away. It goes pop up. You don't know if it's going behind him or straight up and straight down. Perez doesn't even know where it is at this point. Actually, off of Gardner.
Headley at second. Romine is at first. And the 2-1. 2-2. 93 miles an hour.
You remember Chien-Ming Wang in his prime was regularly in the mid-90s with that bowling ball sinker. One of the best sinkers during his era. Combine that kind of velocity with movement, it becomes really hard to hit.
It hurts when you hit it. As a hitter, you know, it just kind of rattles the bat in your hand because there's so much movement at the end of the pitch.
2-2. 3-2. Kennedy lasted 6 1/3. Runners on base, his responsibility. And the 3-2. Missed inside, that'll load the bases. Well, that'll bring up Castro. Starling with a home run in the first, a ground ball to second in the third, a fly ball to center in the fifth. Yankees looking to give their bullpen some breathing room. They're up by 2. And the pitch. Pop foul and out of play. Never hit one out with the bases loaded, a .258 lifetime average.
Over the years, Paulie, you know, a lot of pitchers will call their two-seam fastball sinker. But very few pitchers had a true sinker, like a Roger McDowell or a Derek Lowe.
0-2.
As I look back at some guys that really, Mike Timlin,
Yes.
Had a really good sinker. You're right. It's not a tailing action. It's just a heavy downward break that it just absolutely hurts when you hit.
The 0-2. That one's looped into right field. It is a base hit. Headley scores. And they will hold Romine up at third. It's an RBI single for Castro. And the Yankees now lead 6-3. And the Yankees have scored 6 runs. Go to papajohns.com tomorrow to receive 50% off the regular menu price of all pizzas online with promo code Yankees6.
Well, Papa had about a month off. He's going to start making some more dough, right? I always love to see guys go the opposite way. Even though he's jammed, you're going to force a run in this way. Much easier to push it to right field, get it to the outfield, try to roll over that sinker.
Pitch to Teixeira is up and away, 1-0. Now they have another reliever warming up alongside Miller, because if the Yankees break this open, they don't want to use Miller. So Shreve now warming alongside Miller. If it stays 6-3, they use Miller. If it's a 5-run lead, they probably go to Shreve. 1-1. And Joe Girardi explained this the other day. They don't want to use all 3 the same night. Because if you do that 2 days in a row, then you don't have any of the 3 for the 3rd game. So he'd like to stagger it every now and then if he could. But on days that they have to be used, he'll definitely do it. Strike 3, Teixeira down looking. He's had a rough night. He is 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. There's Brian McCann. Brian is 1 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a single to center. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And the pitch is outside, 1-0. Romine at third, Gardner at second, and Castro is at first. Castro with 2 big ribbies tonight. Driven in 2 of the 6 runs. The 1-0. 2-0, no place to put McCann.
Again, as a left-handed hitter, you can't get pull happy here because I mean, he wants to sink that ball away, a ball that you can't really pull unless you get around it right on top of the plate.
3-0. Carlos Beltran on deck. Do they green light McCann? Yes, they do. And he rips it foul.
You got a good pitch to hit. You know, 3-0, that's what you want. Either, you know, hammer one foul or take one out of here. Two-seamer just coming in.
Got to be looking inner half, right, to pull the ball, make sure you can get a pitch you could drive.
And the 3-1. Strike 2. McCann thought he had an RBI and a walk.
That's a borderline pitch. Obviously, it's a huge pitch. Did it ever get back to the corner? I don't know. But now McCann's in a 3-2.
All right, the runners will go 3-2 and 2 outs. And the pitch. Rip foul. And the 3-2 again. He walked him. And that'll force in a run, and the Yankees now lead 7-3. A ribby for McCann.
Fouled off a couple tough pitches and put the pressure back on Wong, and he could not throw that third strike.
Well, both of those runs are charged to Kennedy, and that brings Dave Island out to the mound. And here is Beltran sitting on 399 lifetime home runs. He comes up with the bases loaded. 0-1. Carlos is 0 for 1, 2 walks, a strikeout, and he scored a run. Popped up. Escobar on the outfield grass will put it away. But the Yankees get 2 insurance runs on 2 hits, and the bases are left loaded. We go to the 8th. Take a look at that hop. It must have hit a clump of dirt, and he somehow stayed with it to make the play, and the Yankees win 7-3.
Well, I tell you one thing, you're so used to it, you see it bounces behind him. Right, Michael. I mean, that's an adjustment on the run, and then it puts him in a position for a tough throw. Just gets it over there to Shera. A little short hop. I almost fell off my chair, and we go home.
Now, this is something else. I guess it hit a part of the grass that made it kick a different way. Quite a play by Headley, who's had a much better defense.